See, Indian Air Force has always been the first responder for any such crisis across the globe, particularly in the near vicinity of our country. And in the past many years, we have actually developed our skill level and training level to execute such missions with fair amount of confidence. Like these few missions that you mentioned, the extrication of our diaspora from South Sudan or even from Kabul back in 21, these were all missions that were fraught with a lot of uncertainties and some level of, even a danger, I may use that word. But our trained aircrew, our trained commando forces which went along with these aircraft ensured that the missions were executed flawlessly. It required a lot of teamwork, a lot of pre-preparation and training. And this is precisely what we go through on a daily basis in the Air Force. So we are always honing the skills, preparing for such conditions that may arise anywhere across the globe. Recently, just a few weeks ago, you are aware that along with the Indian Navy, we carried out an operation of dropping the speedboats from an C-17 aircraft, almost 2,500 kilometers from our coastline, on which the Indian Navy Marcos embarked and carried out their anti-piracy operation. So the kind of roles and missions that we are expected to do can be very, very varied. But let me tell you with a lot of confidence that I think we are capable of pulling off anything that comes our way.
And how do you assess the current situation when it comes to India's northern border, sir? How is the Indian Air Force prepared to deal with that as well?
We are always prepared. We will remain prepared. We will handle any situation that may arise based on the circumstances that come up at that time. But let me assure you that we are always ready to take on any situation.
Any lessons from the situation that has emerged in the last 2 or 3 years?
Our initial issue was with sustaining and maintaining our forces at high altitudes in the eastern Ladakh in particular, because you are aware that the Air Force was never equipped or trained to operate for sustained periods there. So the first challenge was to deploy our units at those altitudes and thereafter now keep them going there for such a long period. So with good help from and administrative support from the Indian Army and the ITBP, I think we are now quite well settled, I would say, in those high altitude regions.
And moving towards the western border as well, how much is the worry there and how are we geared to deal with any crisis?
I think suffice it to say that we are always prepared. If any new development takes place, we will redeploy as required. We will relook at our deployment policies and the way we conduct our operations. So we will always respond to any situation appropriately.
And the two-front challenge?
Even that we will respond to appropriately.
Any lessons from the conflict that has happened in Europe?
Very much, at all levels. If I start at the strategic level, I think the first lesson is the requirement to be self-sufficient in arms manufacturing, production and sustenance. We cannot continuously rely on somebody else to provide us arms and ammunition. So that's the first lesson. The second major lesson, of course, will be at the operational level, where the requirement of maintaining some degree of control of the air, or what they call air superiority or air supremacy, has come out loud and clear. Alongside that is, of course, the air defense measures that are required. You see the plethora of objects that need to be defended against, starting from small drones to hypersonic weapons like the Kinzhal missile and so on. So we need to have a robust air defense network that can actually counter all the threats which are present and which are emerging in future.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.